Yo, what it do, squad? It's your boy Geek Samurai coming to you back with another video, man. In this video, I want to talk about the movie that I just came back from seeing, Hobbs and Shaw. Now, I didn't know what to expect because this is a spinoff, but I did love the trailers. You know what I'm saying? When that trailer dropped for this movie, I was like, yo, I'm there day one, which I was. You know, I'm a little late to the party, but I still came and saw that movie tonight. And I have to say, I really enjoyed it, man. I really enjoyed it from start to finish. You know, in the beginning, maybe the first act, second act was a little slow, you know, trying to build up each and every character. But by the end, oh, I love this movie, man. So first we start with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who plays Luke Hobbs, who has a little girl. I love the chemistry between him and his daughter, and it looks like his daughter is not the same daughter from the Fast and the Furious franchise movies. That was a different girl who was actually older, and she was on a soccer team. If you remember Fast and Furious or Fate of the Furious, and that was Fast 8. His daughter was already grown up. Mr. Nobody came to come visit or send some suits to come and recruit him, saying that they need him back in the field. And that's when his daughter was playing, you know, soccer. All the soccer moms were there lusting after The Rock while he's cheering on, you know, he's the head coach of his daughter's soccer team. So that's not the same girl that was in this movie. But I still have to say that she did an impeccable job playing his daughter. And I like the fact that they're eating pancakes together. This is his cheat day. Let me just go ham. After kicking some ass, whooping up, trying to get, you know, some intel about a virus or whatever. How did it leak? He doesn't know if at this time he doesn't know about the girl who injected the virus into her, because that's who Idris Elba was chasing at the beginning of the movie. Who that girl was played by Vanessa Kirby. Her name was Hattie. Oh my gosh. I'm a huge fan of Vanessa Kirby, but we're gonna get into her character. Then we get into Jason Statham, who plays Deckard Shaw. Now, this guy, he's all about being, you know, classy, sophisticated. He's a spy. That's what he does. He goes in and out, get the job done, boom, boom, boom. And we see him kicking ass. You know, he's not like The Rock, who's a bruiser. You know what I'm saying? He just smashes everything like the Hulk. He's not about that. So now we get into the fact that, you know, Jason Statham's trying to interrogate one of his targets, and he has a champagne bottle. Now, this was more like a John Wick type of feel for me, because we know John Wick, he could use any kind of thing to kill somebody. A book, champagne bottle, whatever. But in this case, it's Jason Statham, and he's going ham. He's just freaking throwing the champagne bottle, fisticuffs with the champagne bottle, right into people's Adam's apple, knocking them out in the head. The bottle never breaks. He finally smashes it on the ground, crash. And then we see him later on go and meet up with his mom and talk about, oh, we missed you, Mom. I wish you were out. How many more years do you have? She said, I got 2. Come on. He's like, come on. I know when you lying, Mom. And she's like, no, I got 4. And he's like, I know you running things around here. First, she greets him. And first and foremost, let's go back real quick. Helen Mirren is back. She was in the Fast and Furious and the F8, Furious 8 franchise. She played his mom in that last installment, that last film. So now she gets to come back. Since this is a spinoff from Universal, she gets to come back and play his mom. And I love the fact that she's just, you know, running things in that freaking jail, because she comes out with the cuffs on, and Jason Statham is going crazy. Like, yo, come on, show some respect, man. This is my mom. She's 71 years old. She's like, yo, don't worry about it. I got this. They don't run me. I run them. And we see the conversation, and he's asking about, you know, his sister, and she's trying to find out from why you guys were inseparable when y'all were kids. Why you turn your back on her? Why you not reaching out to her and staying connected? You know what I'm saying? So that's how we get introduced to her character. But I like her character too, because her character, and like I said, Vanessa Kirby, she steals this whole movie for me. She was badass from the beginning. She had an assault team going to get the virus, and something happened where this is where Idris Elba, we meet his character, and he's the Black Superman that we know from the trailer. And we see him badass, taking out her, you know, army, or taking out her squad with ease. Blame her for killing her own people, her own soldiers. That she's a terrorist. Terrorist in London, terrorist to the world. Not just London, but we go to different places like London, Moscow, we go to Samoa. It's This movie was all over the place, but they're trying to keep it like the franchise because Fast and Furious, they go everywhere. Tokyo, they go LA, they go everywhere. So, it's good to see that this spin-off, they're branching out. And I love that. They're making its own film. I love that. So it's good to see that, now we know that, what's the name? Idris Elba's character, he wants this virus. But little does he know that towards the end, when he was looking for her, she took the virus and injected into her already. I like that. That was smart of her to do that because she didn't want him to have the virus to release it to the world. So she had like at least 48 hours, maybe 72 hours to get the virus out of her, or it's going to spread into her, kill her, and then it's going to be released airborne. I like that part of the movie, man. It builds that suspense. I mean, this movie's not all about action. It builds each character and what they're trying to do. Between Jason Statham, The Rock, and Vanessa Kirby, all three of them are trying to protect the world from releasing this virus that Idris Elba wants to do. He wants to bring genocide, make the world more machine. Either join us and become part machine, part human, or we're going to take you out. And he was talking about later on in the film about maybe 2096, this whole world is going to be reborn as more machine than human. I love it. Now, this movie has a lot of fight scenes that I love. Vanessa Kirby was badass. I'm telling you, she's the MVP of this movie because she is so badass. She could take out any dude if she wants with no problem. And we see a fight scene between her and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which I love in the beginning of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a bruiser. He's like the Hulk. He just smashes everything. She did not even hesitate to go toe-to-toe with this man. First, they had like 2 different fight scenes or whatever. One in the holding where he had her, her legs was wrapped around his neck with the gun pointing at him, but she couldn't shoot him. She just wanted to see what he was going to do, test him. And then that's when Jason Statham came through and broke that up. And then there was another fight scene where Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was going to apprehend her. He was like, yo, okay. So you know what I got to do, right? I don't want to fight a woman, but I'm not going to let you go anywhere. I got to take you in. And I always get my prey. You know what I'm saying? I like that fight scene when she used the helmet and knocked the block off Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That was dope. I love their chemistry. But one thing that I didn't like about the movie was like they were forcing Vanessa Kirby's character, Hattie, or Haiti, whatever you want to pronounce it, and Luke Hobbs to have like a love interest. You know what I'm saying? And it just didn't work. I love Vanessa Kirby, and I definitely love The Rock as actors and actresses because I love Vanessa Kirby when she played in Mission Impossible Fallout. I'm a big fan of her, and now in this movie. But I did not like that David Leitch, who's the director of this movie, was forcing that love interest. I wasn't feeling it. It felt flat. It felt like, it felt like they were trying too hard. So now we finally go to Moscow, where all 3 of them are going to try and run. They're trying to flee. They're trying to get some more, firepower to fight this black Superman. So we meet, I'm going to butcher her name, Isaiah Gonzalez, who plays Madam M. She's like the James Bond of this Hobbs and Shaw spinoff. She has freaking hitmen all over the place, guns for days. She got like her own, set up her own brothel or whatever you want to call it. She has all these men tied up, restrained. They're hanging upside down. I guess she's trying to get information out of them, or if they steal from her, or if they rob, or if they try to assassinate her. This is what's going to happen to you. I'm going to torture you, and then I'm going to kill you slowly. I like her character too, because we see her making out with Jason Statham. Look like they had history in the past when he was in Russia or Moscow. This is another visit, so you got to get that kiss, and you got to kiss that flame. You know what I'm saying? It may be a one night stand, but I'm back for 2 and 3 and 4 more. You know what I mean? So I like that she was badass and how they had a plan all along to use Vanessa Kirby's character as bait so that they can, she introduced Vanessa Kirby to Idris Elba, and Idris Elba was asking, Madam M, like, yo, don't let me catch you that you lying to me. I want to make sure that she's by herself and that you're all alone too, because if you don't, I will cut your heart out. So it was dope to see that she didn't back down. She stood up to him, and y'all know what I'm about to say. # female is the future. Between Vanessa Kirby's character and now Madam M, I like to see women empowered, son. I really do, man. As we got to support our women. No matter what race, color, neutral gender, it don't matter, son. Support our women, man. Let's lift them up. Don't put them down. Don't beat them up. Let's show that they could be badasses too, just like men. Facts. I'm preaching on that, son. Every video I'm about to just emphasize that. Bring it home. All right, so next we get to where it looked like there was this doctor who created the virus. So now Vanessa Kirby's met up with him, and she's trying to get this extracted out of her because now the doctor's telling her, like, oh, man, how long have you been exposed to the virus? She said, like, maybe 2 days. So she has, like, one more day. One more day, and then that virus is going to start chipping away at her blood cells, going up to her brain, and then out of her body, and it's going to become an airborne disease. So she's trying to find out from him, how do you do it? Either he was saying, for one, we can either burn you and then kill you slowly or kill you fast and then burn your body. Like, I mean, dead. I need you to be dead. That's what he could do. And then the next thing is to go get the machine. There's a machine that you need to go get, which is difficult to get because it's in Ukraine. And it's in the heart where Idris Elba's compound is. It's going to be hard to get this machine that's wraps around her forearm that we see later in the movie and extracts the virus out of her bloodstream. You know what I'm saying? So that was their next plan, to do that. But the doctor gets captured, of course. And now Idris Elba wants him to actually recreate the virus for them, for that compound. So they could get this virus out there and start taking out these humans and give them the option of either we kill you or you come and join us. Then we see The Rock and Jason Statham and Idris Elba. They fight again. This time, Idris Elba didn't waste no time with his goons. They knock out Jason Statham and The Rock. They're tied to a chair with wires and chains around them. They can't escape. Idris Elba is trying to get information out of them. Where's the girl? And he's like, he could just give them electrocution shocks. Rock is being a dick. Jason Statham is being a bitch. He don't give a shit. Idris Elba's like, okay, bet. And he just electrocutes them at least 4 times, trying to get information out of him. He's like, yo, join me. Why are you trying to protect this girl for? We're going to get to her and we're going to get that virus anyway. Join me. Or you die. So they were just being dicks in that scene to Idris Elba. I love it. So Vanessa, they have this thing with Vanessa Kirby and Jason Statham when they were kids. They'll name different things that they would do to their friends or to other kids around the neighborhood or at school or whatever, you know. So they have this thing called the McJagger. I like that because it's like one plays the bait, one takes the bait, which is always Jason Statham, and then Vanessa Kirby comes up out of nowhere when they were kids and she attacks all the other goons. You know, they were riding bicycles trying to chase Jason Statham as a kid. So we see her hiding behind the corner. She has like a wooden log or a wooden stick and she knocks out everybody on that bike. So that's the McJagger. So they use that again. They use that tactic. Jason Statham, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, they escape out of the chair, start kicking ass. We see Vanessa Kirby come out of nowhere with the gun, pointing at Idris Elba. Idris Elba like, what you doing, broad? What you doing? Like, you have to activate that gun. That gun is not going to work. Everything's mechanical around here, which we're going to soon capture you and turn you into one too. That didn't work. So they're kicking ass all throughout Idris Elba's compound. You see that guy, the actual scientist who created the virus. We see him he gets his comeuppance. You know what I'm saying? He's not small. He has a flamethrower and he's lighting up all of Idris Elba's goons, bro. Lighting them up. Love it. Love it. So finally, Jason Statham, Vanessa Kirby, you know, and The Rock, they finally escape and there's nowhere else for them going. They got targets on their back. They're wanted in every country. They're wanted around the world. Only place that The Rock could think to take them was home, which is the Isle of Samoa, where all the Usos are, you know what I'm saying? The bloodline. I'm all about that bloodline, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of The Rock from wrestling. Now you got Roman Reigns in this movie. Yo, it's crazy. I wish the Usos was in this movie too. Jimmy and Jay Uso. For all my wrestling friends out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. But I guess they couldn't be in the movie. They got Roman Reigns. It was great to see him in the movie, pulling off his moves. He didn't have any talking at all, which I was mad. Like, yo, you can't give him like one sentence or something, David Leitch. No disrespect to David Leitch. I'm a big fan of his from Deadpool. I'm a big fan of his from Atomic Blonde. I love all of David Leitch stuff. But you could have given one line, son. But it was good to see them come home. Rock gets confronted by his long-lost brother. I forgot his name in the movie, but let me tell you, I like the fact that The Rock hasn't been home for 25 years. And he finally got to see his brother again. And seeing his brother, the first thing he doesn't even say hi. He's so pissed at him. He punches him in the face. The Rock falls down. And he's like, yo, how dare you come back here? How dare you show up? Who is you? What are you doing here? After what you did to our father and disrespected our family, you do not belong here. But The Rock said, I apologize. That was 25 years ago. I'm in trouble. You know I'm not wanted. You know I didn't do those things. You know I'm a badass. Samoa. You know what I mean? I'm that Samoan bulldozer. For real. I love the fact that The Rock finally met his mom again, seeing her. They're trying to regroup, trying to fix this machine so we can extract the virus from Vanessa Kirby's arm. And that's what he asked his brother to do. His brother was reluctant to do it, but he finally did it. And I love that. But before we get to Isla Samoa, on the plane ride, I have to get this in because I'm definitely about to forget it. I like the fact that we finally see Kevin Hart back in this movie with The Rock. They have great chemistry from doing movies like Central Intelligence and the Jumanji franchise. So to see Kevin Hart back in this, I didn't expect him to be in it. Just like I didn't expect Roman Reigns to be in this movie. Facts. I love that. Because The Rock and Kevin Hart have great chemistry, man. And the banter between him and The Rock, clanging and banging, I love it. And Jason Statham, like, yo, who are you supposed to be? It look like you're a man who wear Armani's pants. You're a spy, aren't you? And his name is Dinkle or Dinkley. It sounds like Dingle. Like Dinkley's a funny ass name. It sounds like Dickley or something like that. Just like The Rock when Jason Statham gave him fake IDs to get across the border or go to a different country. They call him Mick Oxley or something like that. His name is Mike Oxley, but it was just so funny. Y'all need to go see this movie and get the joke behind that. Mike Oxley. I love it. I love it. So it was good to see Kevin Hart in this movie, and he got his his dues. He got his lines in, and his comedic chops was there. I love that. Even when The Rock was talking to him when they were about to go prepare for war and they're driving in the car, I like the fact that Dinkley's on the toilet talking to The Rock and Jason Statham. I love that. I love that. So now we get to the point where the brothers, The Rock, Jason Statham, we have Vanessa Kirby, all the Usos are trying to prepare for war. They're trying to prepare for Idris Elba because Idris Elba knows where they are. He went back to his compound. He got stitched up, because he's a machine now. He got fixed up. There's an AI with a voice in the background that's telling him, you guys gotta bring this in. You gotta kill these dudes. Or not, I'm gonna, shut you off. I'm gonna shut you down. So don't fail me again. This is the third, fourth time that you failed. Don't fail me again. So now Idris Elba knows where they are, and he's going to go get them. That's a fact. He ain't wasting no time, bro. Goes to the Isla Samoa, and he's met by all these Usos. And they do the Hakai, and I like how they do the Hakai. That's a Polynesian type of thing, or a Samoan type of thing. We seen that if you watch Aquaman, when he did the premiere, we see Jason Momoa do that. And I wish Jason Momoa was in this movie. You got Roman Reigns, you got The Rock. You need Jason Momoa, man. Doing the Hakai, and when they do the Hakai and they chant and they're marching and they're stomping and they're yelling, it's known in the Polynesian culture that you're gonna go fight somebody, you're gonna kick somebody's ass after you do that. Whether it's playing sports or have a physical altercation with somebody. If we're chanting and yelling and screaming, we're ready to kick some ass. And we see that. We see Roman Reigns come out the gate, The Rock, they charging at them. We see a couple of explosions, and then you see Roman Reigns spear some dude right out the gate. I loved it, man. I loved it. Then you see Jason Statham come out of nowhere with his little Doom Bucky car or whatever he was driving, lighting up the whole battlefield with flames, and it separated the mechanical goons of Idris Elba and all of the Usos, all of the Samoans. You know what I'm saying? It was like a real battlefield, and I loved it. Now we see that the extraction point of the device was working. It started to extract the virus from Vanessa Kirby's arm. And now it's like, 40 minutes in? They have 30 minutes in, and then it goes 20 minutes, so it's counting down to finally get the virus out of her. So in this meantime, Idris Elba and The Rock and Jason Statham, this is the third act in the movie where they're going ham. Now, this is when I was really invested in this movie, was that fight sequence between Jason Statham, The Rock, Idris Elba. Every blow to the face, every headbutt to the face, every punch, every clothesline, every German suplex that The Rock put on Idris Elba, you could see it because it started raining. They were by the water. You see the water splashing up on the rocks and everything. It looked like it was raining too. Every blow that was given or being drawn, you see their facial expressions take that blow. And for me personally, I felt like I was taking that blow. What a great, cinematography to see that fight sequence, man. I was digging it. and Vanessa Kirby's trying to escape. She's trying to kick some ass from all the other goons of freaking Idris Elba. They're coming after her. They're trying to put her in the plane or whatever. They finally do capture her and put her in the plane. And then before we get to that fight sequence at the end, I just want to talk about that plane where The Rock and Roman Reigns, they coming out of nowhere. All you see is random Usos coming out of nowhere, son. Chain on chain, locking and hinging every car onto every car. And The Rock had his big old chain and he roped. It's like he was fishing around that helicopter's propeller, and he was on the wing of the helicopter and he pulling it down. There's one point where one of the chains on his car came apart, and we see The Rock holding one chain, which is holding the helicopter, and he's attached to the car with the other one. And he's trying to be Hercules and Superman and bring that chain back in. Oh my gosh, that was a great scene. But what really got me in this movie was the ending when the fight scene. And we see Idris Elba getting his ass beat. I mean, The Rock got his ass beat, so did Jason Statham. But together, they were able to take out Idris Elba. And finally, that AI or that computer that was controlling, Idris Elba and the mechanical eyes that he had, where he could see the sweat and the force and the weight of every person that he's about to fight. If he sees that when The Rock is trying to throw a punch, he sees how much velocity is coming at him, how much force is being coming at him. And he can dodge and he can move and he can think 2 or 3 steps ahead of his opponents. I love that. But at the end, the AI was like, oh, okay, I can't deal with this dude no more. He failed me again because now I don't have the virus and I don't have more soldiers. So he freaking shut down Idris Elba, and Idris Elba was like, yo, it's going to be like that, bruh. Freaking died right there after he got shut down, and he just dumped off the cliff, fell into the water. And that's pretty much sums up the whole movie, squad. I wanted to bring on my full review and let y'all know what I think about this movie. I thought it was fantastic. I loved everything about it except for that forced relationship between Vanessa Kirby's character and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Luke Hobbs, he's good at being a single dad, man. He's good at being that badass bruiser that comes through and kicks ass and takes names. Don't need no love interest, man. He's good on his own. He got his daughter. That's all he needs. But, like I said, I love the chemistry between Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Jason Statham, and Vanessa Kirby. They made this movie fantastic for me. And Vanessa Kirby is the MVP of this movie for me. And I cannot wait. Me personally, I want her to play Catwoman in the Batman movie that's coming out. Because we already know who the Batman is. It's Robert Pattinson or Patterson? It's Pattinson, I believe. He played Twilight. I'm not a big fan of him, but I like that we're getting fresh faces of fresh blood to play Batman. And I think him and Vanessa Kirby will be perfect. She is kicking ass. She's super flexible. She's athletic. She's a badass. I want her to play Catwoman. She would be a great love interest to the Batman. But that's just my, 2 cents on that. I don't know what direction the director is going. I don't know if it's Matthew Vaughn or Matthew Reeves that's directing this movie, The Batman. But there's rumors going around that it could be the Penguin and Catwoman in this movie, in this new Batman movie, The Batman movie. So I hope they get Vanessa Kirby. Because like I said, she was badass in Fallout, and she was a badass in this movie. Go see this movie, squad. Like, support this movie, man. I know that it only made $60 million. It's open weekend. But, man, now's the time to see how much legs it can have. I know there's other movies coming out and everything, but this is August. Not too many movies come out. Let this whole month, there's 3 more weeks in this month. Let this month keep Hobbs at #1. And Shaw is a spin-off movie. Most spin-off movies always, they're either hit or miss. But I feel like this movie was hot. I give it 5 out of 5. And I love it. I love it. I'm not just saying that because I'm an action, fan, action enthusiast. I love to see everybody kick ass and take names. But I just love the chemistry. I love the explosions. I love the fight sequences. And I'm a big fan of David Leitch. Atomic Blonde, I can go on and on. Deadpool, I can go on and on. David Leitch knows how to direct, man. He knows how to do those fight sequences. He knows how to do the explosions and really bring it home. I just wish that he gave Roman Reigns some more dialogue. I wish. But all right, squad, I'm about to get up out of here. Let me know what y'all think. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I would like them. I will read them. And I will let y'all know what I think. But before I go, you already know what to do. Hit that post notification bell. Support your boy. I'm trying to grow this channel one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get some more lighting up in here. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to get a mic. You know what I'm saying? I'm in between moving right now and trying to get myself situated right now. But until then, I'm going to bring y'all that straight fire. So y'all already know what to do before I'm about to get up out of here. Like, subscribe, share Geek Samurai. And until next time, I'll catch you in another video. Peace.